So Chase Bank tweeted the following the other day. Why is my balance so low? Bank account. Make coffee at home. Bank account. Eat the food that's already in the fridge. Bank account. You don't need a cab. It's only 3 blocks. I guess we'll never know. Bank account. Seriously? Hashtag Monday Motivation. JP Morgan, which is the parent company of Chase, they received over $25 billion in taxpayer money as part of the government bailout in 2008 during the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession. They were partly responsible for tanking the world economy. $25 billion of your money. And now, over 10 years later, they're like tweeting pithy things about how, come on, bro, you gotta be fiscally responsible and shit. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what's wrong? Oh, why is your bank account so low? Well, I don't know. Maybe don't get the Starbucks coffee, bitch. Or how about, eat the food that's already in the fridge and don't eat out. And don't take a cab, just walk to the place. I mean, you fucking... Come on, man, be fiscally responsible. What's wrong with you? The internet had a field day with this shit. And good. Fuck Chase. I hate these big banks, man. I hate them so much. God damn it, I hate them. Like, there's so much political corruption that leads to, like, they donate to candidates, and then when they get elected, those candidates will, basically push for legislation that deregulates these banks and gets rid of the rules. And then when they get rid of the rules, the banks do all these kinds of casino capitalist bets that eventually blow up. And then when they blow up, we got to go bail them out. And it's a vicious cycle, and they have no personal responsibility. They're immensely corrupt and they're immensely greedy. And get this, in January, JP Morgan's board raised Jamie Dimon's salary, that's the CEO, to more than $31 million. So they're lecturing like working people. Meanwhile, their shitty CEO is running out the back door with $31 million. And let's just keep it real. What they're doing here is called poor shaming. They're poor shaming people. There's one of the fundamental differences. I forgot where I read this, but it was really poignant and it was really wise. One of the fundamental differences between people on the far right and everybody else, not just people on the left, but like everybody else, even like center-right people, moderate people, and lefties. Regular people don't view poverty as like 100% your fault. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of like the momentum of this already giant and corrupt system just chugging along. And there's generational poverty. And if you don't have the connections, you're not born in the right place at the right time to the right family. It really is, in many respects, happenstance. Now, is it possible in fringe cases where, you could rise up out of the worst scenarios? Sure. But that's the exception that proves the rule. The majority don't, and it's not because of a lack of effort. Oftentimes, the effort doesn't get you too far. I mean, you can still work a full-time job in America and not make enough money to survive. We have a whole category of people, millions of people, called working poor in this country. That's why this tweet is so obnoxious. It's because the far right views poverty as a moral failing on your part 100% of the time. That's what they think it is. Poverty is a moral failing on your part 100% of the time. Now, it doesn't matter if you say, well, hold on now, I work a full-time job and I'm still poor. They go, I don't care. It's still a moral failing on your part. Get a different job and get rich, make money. Okay, but hold on now. I work 2 jobs and I'm working over 70 hours a week and I'm still poor. I don't care. Work your way up the ladder or whatever. Yeah, but that argument never made sense because even in a world where everybody worked as hard as possible, not everybody's going to be able to climb that ladder and get that promotion and make more money. So that means some people, no matter how hard they work, are stuck on that bottom rung now, aren't they? So it's almost like we should inherently value all work. And we should make it so that if you work full time, you make a living wage. That's it. There is no ends if or buts. There is no, well, oh my God, I got to run to the safety net in order to make ends meet. And even then, it's not necessarily that I'm making ends meet. No. So I think what the left understands, what moderates understand, and even center-right people understand is that, dude, over 95% of people are trying out here, dog. They're trying. People are trying, man. They're doing their thing. They're going about their business. They're trying. They're trying for themselves. They're trying for their family. They're doing the best that they possibly can. And perhaps the nature of the system is just a little fucked up, and it's not a meritocracy. And it's not like the harder you work, the further you go. So maybe poverty is not at all a reflection on your moral character. Maybe poverty has a lot more to do with outside forces, the momentum of a giant system, luck. So there's just so much more that goes into it. And that, like, didactic, naive view of, well, it's just like a moral failing on your part. Oh, well, just don't get the fucking coffee and eat the food that's already in the fridge. And no, that's not the cure-all. That's not the fix. And as some assholes in our society who sit on their ass all day have car elevators like Mitt Romney, dude's money makes money from investments. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. In a country where some people have car elevators, don't you dare try to shame somebody for getting a coffee. Oh, your bank account balance is too low. Why don't you just, like, spend no money at all and work nonstop, and then maybe 15 years from now, maybe then you get a coffee. Or how about you fuck off and return that $25 billion bailout that you got? Bitch. Poverty is not a moral failing. That's the important point here. And people on the far right simply do not agree with that. And that is one of the main reasons why you see that they're, like, hostile to all programs that try to give people equal opportunity and give people a shot at success and comfort.